Hi guys, welcome to the Daily Neloo, a daily show to help you tap into that inner peace, choose love over fear, and live from inspired action. Today I have a guest, and he's actually a guest in our home, Ethan Berman. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Ethan, you are the founder of EJB Entertainment, right?
As far as I'm concerned, I am, yes.
And you guys might be curious how old he is. So right now he's 18, but you were 13 when you started this company. So
yes.
What is EJB Entertainment?
So EJB is, first and foremost, it's entertainment. It's a way to connect some form of entertainment to an audience. It's a way to make people laugh, to entertain people, to give them something to unplug, whether that's at any of our events that we do. We do bar mitzvahs and weddings and corporate events, and then we do celebrity appearances at meet and greets. I guess when you're in our company, just sort of unplug from the world and just have a good time, especially in today's world with all this going on. It's you can use some sort of escape to just relax and have a good time. Really try and figure out what it is that you're looking for, especially in our private events, and then how can we convey that to your guests. And we have a saying, we like to create events you and your guests will never forget. And you don't forget special stuff. And so that's really what we're after, is trying to create something special.
And people remember how they feel.
Yeah.
Not what they did or... So what was the inspiration?
I think it was two things. One is, I've always been told if you're not passionate about something, don't do it. You should never do something that you don't want to do. And from a very young age, I became very self-aware that I loved to entertain people. I needed to be the center of attention and get on the mic and put on a show. And from when everyone always says 2 years old, I was wrangling up my cousins and my siblings to put on performances on the holidays and on birthdays and drive my family absolutely nuts, putting on this absolutely horrible performance. And I always liked calling the shots and being the leader.
You were like the ringleader.
Oh yeah, because I had a vision, and if that vision wasn't perfect, we were starting over, and I would not let everybody leave until it was finished. And so that was me for years, and then it got to the point where I was working in business at a music studio, actually. And I sort of realized, I love what I'm doing business-wise.
How old were you when you were working at it?
Oh my God, I was probably 11 or 12 when I started. And I'll tell you, I got a green screen as a present for Hanukkah one year.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I was friends with this guy who ran a music studio, and he was pretty much come over and set up the green screen and do some interviews. And again, it was this production, but on a larger scale of getting to interact with employees, getting to interact with the attendees. And I was like, all right, this is awesome. And then I started doing some more events and learning some business skills. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I love what I'm doing, but I can do this even more tied to what I want to do, which was entertain people. And I don't remember why I picked DJ Entertainment, because that was our core business. And again, I think that just spoke to my persona of I like to coordinate stuff and orchestrate it. And I was always on the mic, and I would MC. And little by little, we were doing basement birthday parties and graduation parties, and really anything that I could get someone to let me do it. And I was stoked to lose money to work a 15-hour day in your basement for a 12-year-old's birthday party. And I got hungry for it, and I got the drive. And as I met new people and went through these experiences, it opened up my eyes to what I really want to do. And so each year, as our sales grew and our events grew, I grew as a person of all right, I'm getting more towards where I wanted to be. And I never said no to anything. It's even if I was I don't think that's for me, I always tried it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing some of the stuff I'm doing today.
So it's all kind of natural unfolding.
Yeah.
One thing leading to the next.
Just following, my passion of I want to entertain people in any capacity. And then the other thing was I also became very self-aware through the education system that I wasn't going to subscribe to the normal path. I knew that I was not going to want to work a 9 to 5, and I knew that because I couldn't do a 9-period school day and have to write an essay or solve a math problem for the sole purpose of just do.
How did you manage to get through school anyway, right? So obviously you had your passion work, you had a company while you were in high school, but how'd you get through it?
I guess it was the same thing as, it wasn't when 3 o'clock came, I was going to go home and do homework. That wasn't me. That was my brother. How I got through the day is ultimately was you kind of have to do it. It was one of those things where I said to myself, if I was comfortable in the position that I was in, ready to drop out, and I was comfortable staying exactly where I am, I would do it. But I never felt that because I don't think I was ever close enough to my end goal to say, I don't need school for this. I knew I was always going to go to college or something I definitely wanted to do and I looked forward to. And I guess in this day and age.
Are you in college now?
I am. I'm at NYU right now.
Oh, wonderful. Great school.
Yeah, no, and I'm doing
film school
there. So, it was a dream. It was my dream school. I was so stubborn during the college process. I only wanted to apply there. My parents.
So are you living in Washington Square Park?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I used to live in New York.
Really?
Great city.
Yeah, no, I love it. Well, now with this virus, we're home.
Ellie, my business partner, my friend, met you on the Impractical Jokers cruise.
Yes, best week ever.
So what's your relationship with them?
Yeah, so in beginning of 2018, maybe 2017, James Murray from the show, and we linked up and started talking.
How'd you link up?
He actually had a book coming out, and through the book, I got to jump on the phone with him, and we started talking. And he was like calling 1,000 people, and he was like, "All right, it's going to be 2 minutes," but we wound up speaking for like 15 minutes. And he invited me out to a show, and we spoke after that show. And for the next few months, we just sat down and were speaking, and we had some dinners, and got to the point where we said, "All right, how are we going to work together?" And then we started this amazing relationship, and I've been absolutely blessed to.
Amazing. And did you watch the show before then?
Yes. It's a great show. Great.
Do you have a favorite Joker?
It's got to be Murr. I mean, we're so alike in
He's
how
like the mastermind.
He is. He really is. And if you know the history of the show and how there would be granted there would be no show with all of them, but the strings that he pulled and to really get it to where it is, and just to see his attention to detail, it's we're so similar. Strategic mind, and he's such a brilliant guy. So.
Amazing. Like a mentor, but also a friend.
100%, yeah.
So first DJs, then live events and entertainment events. And, And where are you taking it now?
Yeah, so I mean, we've always had a video element too, and not in the sense of videography for events, but also as a true TV show, as Billy on the Street was the show that I always loved, and I was watching one day and I was like, all right, he has this awesome job, he gets to make people laugh, and I've always said there's so much fucked up stuff in this world that if you can, and this goes back to when I want to start the business, if you can make somebody laugh at anyone expected, including yourself, and I had an acting teacher a while ago say you have to be willing to make a fool of yourself in any room you go into, and so I was like, this guy's just brilliant at what he does. If there was a way to tie this into what I'm doing, that's what we did. And so we start doing these videos in New York and on South Beach in Miami, where these questions are tailored to the guest of honor, the events, and the guests at the party. And they'd send me out there with a crew, and we'd record all these questions. And I've always been told I have very good comedic timing and a comedic sense, so it was just these funny videos.
You have a good TV face too.
Thank you. And so that was this video element. So it really, the business had all these components of stuff that I've always wanted to work in. And ultimately, my dream job, and I've dabbled in acting and directing before, but it would be something in this film world. It's such a fun, complex industry, and I've always loved it. I've always loved movies and been fascinated with how, this idea can just come to life on the big screen. And again, it's sort of what I've played to since the start of just taking someone's idea and making it happen for a production, but getting to that on a bigger scale. So something acting, directing is definitely the big dream for me at the end of this.
How important has the role your parents play been?
I don't think I'd be. I know I wouldn't be here without them. So although they they're not really involved in the business at all in the day to day, without having that support system, there's just no possible way I could do this. I think without having the support system of friends and a few really close teachers and my colleagues, it's some days you just want to pack up shop and scream and kick and punch a wall and say, why are you doing this? And then you realize why you are doing this for. And just to be able to have that support system, I think is massively important, at least for myself. I know some people can sort of be immune to all that, but first and foremost, it's friends and family. I think you need to surround yourself with good people, and you're gonna do good things.
We're supportive. Yeah, I think it's already such a hard industry, entertainment, right? So to have that backbone to fall back on, I 100%. Think is critical. So are you in your busy schedule? Do you have time to mentor kids?
100%. 100%. I would not be here at all without people taking a chance on me. 2 years ago, or a year and a half at this point, my idol, Gary Vaynerchuk, I don't know if you're
of course
familiar.
I know Gary V.
Gary took a meeting with me, and that was
Wow.
the most surreal thing that's ever
Amazing.
happened. And I'm sitting in his iconic office at VaynerMedia, and
What's
I'm
he
like,
in person?
he's the most down-to-earth, humble, and he's real, he's authentic. Like, what he says is just like, you know, it's not for the camera. The camera's always rolling. Like, you can't fake it 24/7, and that's just him. And the first video I ever saw of him was he was talking about the likelihood of becoming a human being. It was 1 in 400 trillion, and that just set perspective in for me. I was like, you know, the fact that I'm even here, like, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna make an impact
I've seen that video.
in somebody's life, and that was the start of me following his journey. And as I remember, I brought my videographer in for the day, and I was with one of my colleagues, and we're sitting in his office, and he comes in, and I'm like, this is the guy that's literally inspired me. And he's one of many people.
What a
Same
moment.
thing with Murr, the fact that he took a chance on me. Like, there was no reason he needed to invite me out to the show or say, let's do an event together. And just the amount of people that I've been able to meet through just those two people alone have totally changed my life. So whenever somebody reaches out to me of, how do I do this, how do I do that, I am the first to jump on giving you some advice. And it doesn't mean I know, you know, half the things that are going to help you, but, you know, if I can give you one thing and help you get on the right path to doing what you want to do, I'm so for it. So seriously, if anyone sees themselves in a position that might be where I was 6 or 7 years ago, or just has any questions, like I said, I don't know everything, but I'm 100% happy to talk and you know, give you that chance, because it's who you know, it's not what you know. So the more people you can meet.
If there is someone in the audience, you know, who feels inspired by you, just has a question or wants to follow you, how can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Ethan Jack Berman, ETHANJCKBERMAN, or you can check out our website, EJB Entertainment.com. But I'm always happy to meet with people.
Last question.
Of course.
So you're at NYU.
Yes.
In the film academy, in the film school. But you come already with all this experience. You've already managed a team of 25, right? Have had multiple versions of your business.
Yep.
So how do you kind of keep perspective as you sit in class or sit in projects? And
I will tell you, it is, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me. I will say, and it's nothing new. It's the same thing of, it's school and it's an educational institution, and I've become very self-aware that system, as valuable as it is, it's not for me, but I understand and I respect the process, and I understand and respect that I am in one of, if not the best place for what I want to do, and I'm so grateful for that. And so while, you know, writing this essay might, you know, I might dread it for the whole week, because it's like, I've got all these cool business meetings and events with,
education.
of course, and I've got a meeting with this celebrity, or I'm going to go out to LA and pitch this movie, but I have to write this essay. But I recognize that where I am, I'm surrounded by some of the most brilliant minds, and you know, between the faculty and some of the students there, of you know, this next generation of who these are, the creators and the filmmakers, and so that's invaluable.
Yeah,
is getting to be in that space. It's my favorite city, and you know, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, and there's right now technology is moving so quickly.
Yeah,
and it's across all industries,
Yep.
especially in the entertainment industry. So it just must be such an exciting time.
Yeah.
To be at a campus of that caliber.
Yes.
And have access to everything at your fingertips.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Any final words for our audience?
Here's what I would say is, if you saw something in your life that you know, inspired you or made you think, you know what, it would be awesome if I could do this, or let me just pursue this path, just do it. There is no reason you shouldn't. Life is too short not to take risks. And if it's backed with passion and you're determined and motivated to do it, you're gonna do it regardless of your background, your financial situation. Like, if you have the passion, you're gonna get through it. So I would just encourage you, is if you have an idea of something you've always wanted to do, just do it, because you don't want to have any regrets at the end of it. So.
Awesome. Thank you
Of course.
for being
Thank
here.
you for having me.
This is what living from inspired action looks like, guys. Amazing. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Take care, guys.